Welcome back to Sportsbook Review Videos. We rocked week 1 of the NFL preseason, going perfect 5-0, cashing a big parlay at the end of the week. And now week 2 is here, and I've released a couple of picks, one of which feeling really good about the Minnesota Vikings heading against Seattle, the final game of Thursday night, week 2 of the preseason. Now, big news in this one actually coming from the Vikings side, because whether or not Adrian Peterson could be playing in his first preseason action in several years is up for debate. It appears didn't play week 1, hasn't played, and hasn't really taken a snap in about 3 years in the preseason. I don't think he's seen the ball in about 5 years in the preseason. But if he gets in there, he could get a couple of carries. It's possible, but it won't change the trajectory of this one too much at this point. I think it's just interesting to know because the Vikings did play Teddy Bridgewater into the second quarter. Most of that was because that the Bengals put up a couple of long drives, limiting him to 1 3-and-out to start the frame. But early in the second quarter, he got the ball back and was very, very good after completing 3 third downs in a row. He dropped a huge 49 bomb to Charles Johnson. So could improve the Vikings' chances here against a tough Seattle team. But you have to look at Pete Carroll here, one of the better preseason coaches since he took over in the last 5 or 6 years. And they did a very good job of playing their game plan in week number 1. Christine Michael looked very good after Russell Wilson played pretty poorly through an interception, but Trevon Boykin came in and played very well, 16 for 26, 188 yards and a touchdown. Him and Russell Wilson will likely just be splitting the offensive series down the middle here in this game, if not just slightly trending towards Boykin. But at this point, Pete Carroll has been unstoppable at home in the preseason. He is 7-1 in his last 8 home preseason games straight up, and he is a career 9-3 straight up at home at home in the preseason. So I think we have to lean towards the Seattle Seahawks here. -3.5 is a hefty price to pay, especially with the Vikings looking like a pretty good team, and at least for a quarter or two having their starters in the game. I still think Seattle comes through with this one. Still have a lot of depth. One of the deeper teams in the NFL, obviously, here, and I think they'll be able to use that with Boykin coming in, maybe getting a couple late touchdowns, sealing the deal here, and covering for the Seattle Seahawks at -3.5. That'll do it for me this time. Make sure to check out some of my other Week 2 preseason plays, as we have been red hot. Let's keep it going. But until then, for Sportsbook Review, I'm Jordan Sharp.
Always on the go? Bet365 has one of the top mobile platforms in today's market. Sign up today and don't let your busy life keep you out of the game.